The Coach John Limbaugh Show brought to you by Lori Darlings in Fayetteville and in Childersburg. There's a lot of hype right now about volleyball and the regionals and super regionals going on in Montgomery. And what about the Fayetteville Lady Wolves, Coach?
Oh, awesome. Just fantastic. I can't say enough about the job that our ladies did this year. And they just overachieved this year. They really did some good things. And we was able to go watch those ladies Wednesday morning play Geneva County, and they won in 3 straight sets. They had so much energy out there on that court. They looked so great. We were just so proud of them. My principal, Brittany Brown, and I were able to watch them, and it was just fun. Now, that evening, they played a really, really good Orange Beach team that I understand they got several girls on that team that have already accepted college scholarships, and we wasn't quite to that level yet, but we played hard against them. And I'm just so proud of our volleyball team.
For the 2A Fayetteville Lady Wolves, their season concludes, but I'm telling you, volleyball has been an up-and-coming sport for several years now.
Oh, absolutely. And Chris Shepard took the helm this year and did a great job with it. And I'm just so proud of him and what those girls accomplished. And it's just good to see. Absolutely.
Fayetteville Wolves football last Friday night at home against Lafayette, and defense had a hard time stopping Lafayette's offense.
Well, number 22 is a special athlete, really and truly. I mean, it was senior night, big night for our kids. A good send-off for them is what we wanted, and we didn't get it. Football's a tough game. Just like life is tough, and that's the great teacher. That's why I love football so much. And we got hit in the mouth, and we tried to respond. We just couldn't do it. Some of these teams we're playing in our region are really, really, really good. And number 22 put his foot in the ground. He could cut like a cat, and he could go. He had speed, and he could go. And we just had a tough time getting him to the ground, Jimmy.
Fayetteville falling to 3-5 overall, right. 2-4 in league play. The last few games, you've had a hard time stopping the opponent's offense, and this is not an easy fix either. No,
it's not, and we're going to work on it all summer. And we're going to get in that weight room and work even harder. We had a good summer this year, but the county is building us a new facility there. Mm-hmm. We're getting a brand new field house with a new weight room. And
when do you see that coming?
There, January.
Okay.
They should be through with it in about January, and we'll get in there and we're going to use the one we got now, and we're going to get in that new one, and we're going to work ourselves to death in there. We're really going to work hard and have a plan, and the coaches and I have been talking about having a meal plan for them as well, bringing some things in for them, and we're going to do a lot of things differently to get our kids strong and built up. A lot of times we go to these games and our kids are actually just a lot smaller than the other guys.
You have to face facts.
That's a fact. But we're going. Our kids are resilient. They're tough, and they're going to get in there tonight. And Coach Bailey's going to have Rammer ready to go. Rammer needs to win this ball game to have a chance to go to the playoffs. Vincent has the edge on some things right now because they get a forfeit win by Winterboro. So they have an edge on that. But all these teams right now, all of us are at 3 wins, because if we was to win tonight, it'd be at 3 wins. But
with the playoff possibilities kind of far-fetched for the Wolves,
right.
How do you keep this team together and teach and coach and help with their progression?
Well, everything doesn't go in life as we'd want to, and it's who we are that we step out on the field each time we play, whether we're ahead and we're winning and everything's grand and glorious, or we're having a tough time. What's before us makes us who we are. But I don't have to work a lot with our kids because they're resilient. They love the game. Mm-hmm. They like to compete. And I just go out there and we're having the same practice as we did at the beginning of the year. We had great practices, fun practices, and our kids are just like that. They want to win, they want to compete,
sure.
They want to have fun, and they realize they're in this thing together. They're a family, and Jimmy, they're in this thing together, and that's what's so heartbreaking sometimes when you don't get those victories you want. for kids that are so great as these kids.
Tis life, isn't it?
That's right. It's just like life, and we're gonna keep fighting the battle, and it'd be great to win this game tonight, which I think we can, and to win our first game ever against Childersburg next week. It'd be awesome in the year 5-5.
It was senior night last Friday night,
Right.
and that group of seniors played their last game at Farm Links Field.
Right, and with the tears are flowing, and some of it from losing the game because that knocked us out of the playoffs, and some because it was their last game to play on that field. And we've had some great games on that field, won some big games, and those guys have done marvelous things for us over the years, and they've been involved in going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's the team that went to the playoffs a couple years ago, so they know what it's about. They know it hurts not to achieve the goals you want to achieve, but it keeps you coming back for more. But we always talk about one player. One player I'd like to say that there's actually a couple players, but a couple players that had a great game I thought was Cadence Barrett. He had a great game running the football. We've been trying to establish the run, and I thought Cadence came in there and moved from the wide receiver position to do a little running back work last week, and I think Cadence had a great game. He'll be a senior tonight. And Cole Hardy, a young ninth grader, had a real good game on the defensive side of the ball. Really pleased with his effort. He'll be a captain tonight because of the effort. Some guys that really stepped up.
On the road, Fayetteville 2-1 in road games. Play Ranburn tonight, and that's a nice little road trip for you guys.
Well, it is. We're going to go on that yellow dog, and I'm 55 now. And that bus doesn't ride as good as it did when I was a little bit younger, Jimmy.
But the bumps a little bit tougher, aren't they?
Bumps a little tougher, but no, we'll get on the school bus. We'll go about an hour and a half away, Claiborne County to Ranburn High School, and one of my coaches, Coach Moore, graduated from there, and so he wants to get a victory tonight as well. But we're going to go and do our best. I want to say thank you to some people. I want to say thank you to all of our fans that are going to show up in droves tonight. There's going to be a lot of them there. It's going to drive an hour and a half to watch us compete, and they're fantastic. And for our administrators, Ms. Brown and Mr. Prather, Ms. Ritchie, they do a great job for us. I want to say thank you to them. They're
That's
awesome.
just in the blood of Fayetteville supporters.
Oh, it's
whether it's
amazing.
volleyball or football or basketball or baseball, whatever the sport is, they're going to be there.
They're going to be there. They're going to be there in force, and they're going to cheer, and it's awesome. And those guys are just fantastic. They stand right behind us. Whatever sport we're playing, they're always there.
Talk about Ranburn, what you see on tape with this team as we head into the last couple of games of the season.
Toughness, resiliency from them. They'll have bad things happen, and they'll handle it well, and they'll come back and make plays. They're going to try to establish the run on us. They're a run-first team. They're going to try to establish the run on us, and they can also throw it. They had a very adept quarterback. He's talented, and they have some good running backs and a good receiver out there and catch football. So it's going to be all we can do to give them a stop, but we've got to get them off the field. We've been working all week long on this and been working hard at it. Coach Reed's done a great job, and I believe that we're going to get those stops tonight. I believe it's going to happen. I believe we're going to win the ball game.
It's a challenge for your defense for sure. Ranburn can put some points on the board on the road. Fayetteville tonight against Ranburn. Coach John Limbaugh, the head football coach and athletic director at Fayetteville High School, is our guest this morning on the Coach's Corner, brought to you by Lori Darlings. Finally this morning, we always showcase a particular player who may see action, may not see action, may be a cheerleader for the team, but who are we talking about this morning?
Jacob Deloach. Jacob Deloach is a young man that is also in the band, and he plays football with us. And Jacob hadn't had a lot of playing time this year, but he has really worked hard. Let me tell you something. As far as a scout team guy, he's the guy. He really works hard, trying to make us better. But last week he gets in, and he gets a fumble, and it's close to the goal line, and he picks it up. And a couple of our players help him into the end zone.
All right.
Pushed him right in.
We always need help.
Absolutely,
you know?
we all do. But he scored a touchdown. Jacob Deloach got a touchdown out of and our sidelines went nuts.
That's a great story right there.
Awesome. It's awesome. It's great.
Yeah.
And he got his touchdown, and that's just awesome stuff. Absolutely.
All right. Coach John Limbaugh, the head football coach and athletic director of the Fayetteville Wolves, on the road tonight against Ranburn. Kick at 7 o'clock over in Cleveland County. Coach, let's talk about it again next week.
Absolutely.
Talk about a W for the Wolves.
Absolutely.
More daybreak coming up next. The Coach John Limbaugh Show, brought to you by Lori Darlings in Fayetteville and in Childersburg.